Well, Ollie and I continue our way back to Ontario. I wanted to watch Arson race before I did my video. Man, whoa. Well, the easiest way to put it is exactly how one of our partners, Randy, put it. He definitely belongs, and you're 100% right, he does. I don't think anybody thought he didn't belong, especially, it was funny because I said to somebody the other day, I think the 80 is, well, I don't think it's any tougher than the 30, and quite frankly, depending on the division, it might not be as tough as the 30. Somebody thought that was silly to say that, but the 30, it was tough. And the 30, you know, the way that Kentucky is set up, no one wanted to go up. It didn't make sense to go down because there's so many divisions down there. So people just left. It was a 3-horse race yesterday for the 30 division. One division of 3. Today, there was one division of 6 for the 80. Scotty drove the horse perfect, got away in a good spot. The favorite went to follow the favorite, but, well, second favorite by a little bit. And instead, the second longest shot on the board, who came away in the 2-hole, ended up getting up to win. One of Burke's. Shocking. 150-1, 25-4 in the end of it. The fastest last quarter of the entire race was Arson. 150-2, 25-3 on the end of it. And he looked very, very good in doing that. I was really, really, really impressed with the mile of Arson today. Now, you know, I had a number of people go, oh my God, Arson looked so good. He was so good. He was so good. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, he was almost too good. I'm going to tell you why. The Little Brown Jug, which many of our clients were thoroughly interested in going to with Arson, are about to come to the realization that the final in Kentucky, which likely will be a 6-horse final, is going to go for 400, and the Little Brown Jug, factoring in elimination and final, will go for $1 million. Now the difference is, Legendary, Hanover, and all those types of horses might be in the Little Brown Jug, and none of them will be in Kentucky. So it kind of erodes away the sentimentality of the Little Brown Jug, right? Here we have a horse that is clearly a contender in what's going to be a $400,000 final, or a dark horse in a very sentimental race to a lot of people in Ohio. Listen, it's a good problem to have, but it's one that we're going to discuss very thoroughly over the next month. You can be sure of that. I know that time is on my side. We'll be going to Little Brown Jug. One, he's already proven he can get around a half-mile track, and 2, he has no other obligations on that day or week. So that's a foregone conclusion. Even I was certain we'd have 2 horses going to Little Brown Jug. A lot of discussing to do over the next month as it pertains to our boy Arson. Now, he's our only horse racing today, according to the calendar. I know we missed the calendar race of Sunset Acres Girl yesterday, finishing 4th, but I don't think we have any other horses racing today. So we're going to get to what else took place today. Ollie and I were up at 6 o'clock. Had to go to the Meadows and warm up the horses and go with them, and then go to baseball. He's supposed to start school tomorrow. He may have a baseball game tomorrow night in another country. That is odd. Mother Nature, just one final twist on the way out from the weekend. Either way, I don't care. I'm going to watch Ollie play baseball today, and that's all that matters. Now, as it pertains to the qualifiers, I was happy with Melisandre today. I did a video about 25 minutes ago and blew right by the Erie exit. Now we're going to be late for warm-up. Now we'll get there. We'll make up the time. I can't speed through New York, though. Can't speed anywhere. You never should speed. Just letting you know. Definitely not through New York. I was talking about Melisandre. I said, as of right now, 2 frames of mind. 2 frames of mind when it comes to Melisandre. Sure, I wish she was in Kentucky trotting in 54, 55 right now in the top division and was a serious contender. She's not. Physically, she's a little immature. Mentally, she's put it all together. Attitude's pretty good, but physically a little immature. From what I can see at the Chimpanzees, that might be par for the course. Maybe. Now, when it comes to her in particular, when I went under the wire, I thought she probably should have finished off her dinner, as I like to say. Should have wheeled her out 3 wide, attacked, and won the qualifier. That's what she should have done. We scoped her after. There was a little bit of mucus. There were a few little flecks of blood, which, given the heat of the summer and the way she's been training, that's not shocking. Nor concerning, I guess, at this point. So do we take her to Kentucky and race her in like a Wildcat? A couple of starts to get experience. Hope to get a 2-year-old mark on her. That would be one way of looking at it, and actually the way that I had thought when I come off the track. Enter her Sunday, Monday, whenever it might be, in the Wildcat and go from there. The second mindset when it comes to second path for Melisandre would be to turn her out. Bring her back in the winter. Because remember, she is a Kentucky bred, so you really theoretically only have to have her ready. Really only have to have her ready for April or May of next year, which would be the Oak Grove start if you wanted to. So you could bring her back, have her ready in the winter, race her at the Meadows a little bit, turn her out. We've talked about this, and I'm going to enjoy implementing this year and seeing how this plays out. We could easily do that. So again, lots more discussion to have when it comes to Melisandre. Which path do we take? I was leaning towards send her directly to Kentucky immediately, race her twice and turn her out in Kentucky. But I'm also leaning towards turn her out right now and bring her back. Because it's not like you're going to roll into the Wildcats right now are going to go between 58 and 56. Could she go down there and trot there right now? Sure. What if she finishes 4th? And she would not be the most expensive horse racing in the Wildcats, I can tell you that right now. So, a discussion to be had when it pertains to Melisandre. Now, Insider Trading made that break. Same place, middle of the straightaway for no particular reason. Now, about a month ago, when I went with Insider Trading, there was a lump over her left muscle, over her rump. A lump on her rump. Correct. It was over the muscle. She didn't seem sore on it. She jogged and trained sound on it. I thought that maybe it could have been a number of things. Did she get a sliver in there? Did she get... Usually if you get cast and it would cause a lump like that, you'd be sore on it. The vet said just cool cast, or cool hot and cold compresses. Treat it as if it was like a boil or an infection that may release a little bit. Maybe there was a sliver in there, and she'd be fine. I didn't see her again until today. It's still there. Now, the reason this is important is because she's making a break in the middle of the straightaway. Seemed fine when I warmed her up. Seemed fine training down. At top speed, you'd think the straightaway would be the safest place for her to be. And make no mistake, this is not attitude related. You would have to be an absolute black belt in Sow to make a break in the middle of the straightaway like that. And that's not her. That I'm positive of. So I'd said to Tim, can you have a chiropractor look at that? Have the vet and the chiropractor look at that lump. Try to address that best we can. Put her shoes back to the way she was as a 2-year-old, turn them around up front, put bars on her behind, put the hobbles back on her, screw her down tight, and we'll qualify her next week. Regardless of what's going on with the lump, regardless of what's going on, she's sound. It is mechanical. Does that lump play a role? Possibly. But now it's go time. So, put the hobbles on her, and we'll qualify her next Tuesday. A little disappointed that it's come to that, but that's where we're at. And quite frankly, to all my partners out there, her worth is in her broodmare value. It always was. When we knew she wasn't a stake filly, nothing else really mattered. We are going to race her until December, or until we sell her as a broodmare prospect. No, we are not keeping her to breed her, so I'll nip that in the bud right now. Insider Trading, Flash Fly, and Purple People Eater are not being retained as broodmares, just so you know. So I don't want any of our clients saying, but we should because. There's no because. Our broodmare brain is full right now. So Insider Trading, I know exactly what she's worth as a broodmare. I know exactly what she's worth as a racehorse. What we're going to try and do between now and Christmas time, or now until we sell her, would be to maximize what she can do, which in turn would maximize what she's worth as a racehorse and may actually elevate what she's worth as a broodmare also. That is the plan. I'm sorry she made a break again today. I couldn't go with her. But even if I did go with her, and even if I did get her around, what's to say she wouldn't have made one next week? The difference would be we could put the hobbles on her, race her, wouldn't have to re-qualify her. So I guess you're right in that sense. I didn't make the draw. There's nothing I can do with it. Melisandre get in with Insider Trading, and surely you understand that there was a much more pressing issue with me going with Melisandre than there was Insider Trading. Mike Wilder said she was trotting along fine, rolled off, was fine before and was fine after. Sounds a lot like last week. So, on go the hobbles. Now, Casanova Hall. This is a very interesting thing also. I told everybody last week the breaks at the gate were anxiety. And what I mean by that, it may sound silly to you, but he flattens out the rest of the mile. He's fine, as he was today. Last quarter in 28-1 with the whip turned around, trotting away. I pulled him up. I said to Tim, don't go anywhere. There's schoolers, and he's going behind the gate. Because that is his Achilles heel. That's his issue. That is where he has problems. And I had brought up the name Elise Patrick last week because he used to do the same thing. Switching gears, or at the gate, he would struggle. We got to the point where we could leave with him. But it took time to chip away at that anxiety, to have him comfortable with himself. I'm 100% certain that's what it is. Now, we did make some additional changes to his equipment and went out and schooled him, and he went off the gate perfect. A number of things changed. One, the equipment. Two, I didn't try and time him into the gate. I put his nose right on the gate, which I'm not a fan of, but in this case, it made a little more sense to go out of there quietly rather than come closing in on the gate to actually back him off the gate, or at least let him sit and park and idle. And even to that, he was much better. He crossed over in front of them. No problem. Here's the problem, though. Did he do it because I had just gone a mile and 2 minutes with him 25, 35 minutes before? And he was a little tired, he was a little played out? Or was it the equipment? The reason Casanova Hall is so tricky is because in the warm-up he seems fine. You can only see the errors when they're on the official side. What I mean by that is going in behind the gate. When he's now being charted. That's when you can see the problems. I would love to come and tell you, hey, don't worry. We got it all under control. He's fine now. And I believe there's a large portion of me that believes that. But I have to be completely honest with you and say, we won't really know until we see him go in behind the gate again. Now, the one saving grace I will tell you for all my partners in Casanova Hall is this. Regardless of what he did today, regardless of what he does next week, he's still eligible to race in the final of the Stallion Series. It's a paid money event, and his 45 clean days is up the day after we enter for the Stallion Series final. So regardless of what he's done and what he did and what he's doing, he is eligible to go behind the gate. I would like to do so with the confidence he's not going to make a break. That'd be cool. We can't do that until September the 5th. We are going to qualify him next week again. I'll go with him. And I hope that everything is fine. I hope that we have nipped everything in the bud. But we won't know until next week. So that's a little rundown of what took place today. Arison was phenomenal. Very, very good. 50-2, last quarter 25-3. Melisandre was good, but we have two paths to talk about with Melisandre. Insider Trading, I don't see any reason why we just don't put the hobbles back on her and she's fine. I do want to address that lump on her rump, as I said. Then Casanova Hall did go off the great afterwards. There's some question to whether he did so because he was played out and a little tuckered out and tired, or because of the final equipment changes we made. I want to believe it's the latter. I can confirm or deny that in 7 days. So there you have it. That's what took place today. Ollie and I are on our way back home for his, I assume, semi-final game in his tournament. Hope he plays well. It's a long day for him too. We didn't get home till last night. He had football practice last night. I'm going to tell you what, they ran him right into the ground. I loved it.
Had fun.
Uh-huh.
I got my first catch.
So he had football practice last night. Baseball tournament tonight. Theoretically, start school tomorrow. But you know what? In the bigger scheme of things, it's just a drive down the road with Ollie. We'll see how today works out. You know what? I get to see him play baseball, and that's more important than anything. So I will talk to you soon. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. For all my partners, you know, rewind if you're not completely confident in what I'm telling you with Melisandre. 2 frames of thought when it comes to her, 2 paths we could go down. When it comes to Casanova Hall, I left the track happy with what I saw from Casanova Hall. Hopefully we can do so next week in a more official capacity. And with insider trading, I know it's frustrating to Joe and all my partners out there, but you know what? Lots of racing ahead for her. So, with that, I'll let you go. Take care. Have a wonderful rest of your day. As I said, a little chilly today. If it's cold where you are, bundle up. It'll be a chilly evening.